everybody. We're going to do a reformer workout today with the box. It's just my friend Rebecca. She's going to be helping us out, demonstrating. We're going to start on this Balanced Body Allegro Reformer. Red springs here are heavy, blue is light. Today we're going to start on 3 reds. You can add a blue if you want to make it a little bit more intense. So Rebecca, lie down on your machine. If you'd like to, you can take the headrest up. And you're going to place your feet on the foot bar wide in pyramid position with the heels or arches on the outer corners. You're going to take the knees and hips rotated externally. And you're just going to begin pressing away, exhaling, extending the legs straight, and coming right back in. So as you come in and out, you just want to keep the ribs down. Make sure the spine is nice and neutral, so you want just a little bit of light under your bottom of your sacrum. So if you had a bowl of water on your pelvis, it would stay nice and steady. Good. Exhaling as you extend. Inhaling as you come back. Good. And let's go for just 3 more. Last 2. And 1. Bring it halfway in. You're going to stay there. Take tiny pulses up and down for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Big breath in, exhale, extend all the way straight. Inhale, bring it in slowly with control. Very nice. We're going to just now internally rotate the knees. So your hips are rotated inward, your knees are pointing towards each other or touching. You're going to take a big breath in, exhale, press away. Your legs are going to separate slightly. Inhale, keep the knees pointed inward as you draw the carriage home. Very nice. Let's go for 6. 5. So this one's nice because you get a nice balance of the strengthening of the hips. You get some external, some internal. Really make sure you get a lot of stability through the hips here. Last 2. And 1. Bring it all the way in. Now we're going to go for hip circles. Keep that internal rotation. Press away. Once you're at the top, you're going to externally rotate the hips, turning the knees out. Bring the carriage in. Rotate the knees back to face each other. Press the legs straight. Externally rotate. Knees separate. And bring it on home. Let's take 2 more. Just really feeling that mobility through the hip socket. This one's not about gripping or like super strength. We're really just oiling up the hips. Good. Bring it all the way in. Now you're going to keep that external rotation. Press the legs straight with the knees turned out. Now turn the knees inward with the carriage pressed away. Keep them pointing inward as you bring the carriage right home. Good. Externally rotate at the bottom. Press away. Internally rotate at the top. Bring it in. Externally rotate. Press away. Internally rotate. Bring it in. Last 1. Good. Keep your feet wide. We're just going to windshield wiper the knees side to side on the carriage, just releasing through the hips. Good, and we're going to bring the ankles to hip distance apart, feet in parallel, arches of the feet on the foot bar. You're going to keep your knees as wide as your hip joints, so you're going to press through the feet, extend the legs long, and bring it right back in. Okay, so Rebecca's doing a really nice job of controlling the carriage and the springs on the way in as well as on the way out. Good. Let's go for 5 more. This is 4. Last 3. 2. And 1. Press all the way out, bring it halfway home. 8 tiny pulses up and down, just moving the carriage a couple inches. You've got it. You really want to find that spot where you're really feeling this in the glutes. So maybe, pretty close in, it might be pretty far out. And last 1, press all the way in. Big breath in, exhale, bring it home. Good. Hug your knees into your chest just for a moment. Rock your hips side to side. And let's get ready for hands and straps. All right, so we're going to change to 1 heavy, 1 light spring. So we're going to do 1 red, 1 blue. I've got your red. Okay. And you're going to bring your legs to tabletop, so that's knees together, shins parallel to the ceiling. Grab your straps in each hand, 1 strap in each hand that is. And you're going to raise your hands up over your shoulders. If you put a little pressure into them, go for it. Big breath in, keep the legs squeezed together. You're going to press your hands down to the carriage and raise them back up overhead. So controlling down, raise them back up. How's the spring load? Feel okay? All right. So make sure the arms don't go past the shoulders on the way up. I'm going to stop right over the shoulders. Your straps, exactly. If your straps are a little on the shorter side, you might need to control that a little bit. Or your ropes, rather. Good. This is feeling doable. You can also incorporate a curl up as you press the hands down. Nice. And the goal is going to be to get the tips of your shoulder blades up off the mat. Bingo. It's definitely going to increase the intensity through the core. Good. Make sure those hands don't drift past the shoulders. There you go. Last one. Pause in your curl. You're going to extend one leg to 45. Bring it back home. Left leg to 45. Bring it back home. Right leg extends. Left leg extends. Good. Now we're going to go for a switch. We're going to smooth it out so you don't have to pause at that tabletop. And a little bit of a deeper curl. Belly button squeezing in. Good. Still breathing. 2 more. And rest. Curl it down. Rest your feet down on the foot bar if you need to. Rock your legs side to side. Good. So we're going to switch to one heavy spring or one red spring in this case for the IQ Balanced Body Reformer. And Rebecca, please thread your hands through the loops. Grab onto the ropes above the hardware. We're going to go for an exercise called chicken wing. So we're going to bring the legs to tabletop, shins above the hips. I'm sorry, knees above the hips, shins parallel to the ceiling. Elbows are going to go wide to a right angle. And what we're going to do is draw the ropes in so the elbows come into the body and bring it back up to that right ankle. So the idea is your shoulder blade is going to wing down and tuck into the opposite back pocket on both sides. We're really trying to work all those muscles that support your upper back. Good, ribs stay down. We'll just do 3 more. Last 2. Good, hands stay wide. It's okay, it's a tough one. And last one, very nice. All right, rest your feet down on the foot bar and we'll move on. All right, let's get the box out. So just release those straps down and you're gonna come to sitting up. We're gonna grab the box and place it into short box position. So short box position is perpendicular to the mat with the box all the way up against the headrest. I'm gonna place this in a downward position for right now. So Rebecca's gonna come have a seat on top of the box facing the foot bar. And we're gonna place your feet through the strap. Before we do that, I'm gonna place all of the springs onto the machine, onto the carriage, so that she doesn't go anywhere as we start moving. So, placing your feet in the straps, what we're gonna do is flex the toes back. You're gonna scoot far back enough on your box that you've got tension in that strap. It's super important so that you don't go anywhere. We don't want you flying. That's not the point of this exercise. You're gonna come to sitting up really tall. You're gonna place your hands into parallel position. We're gonna go for an articulated rollback. So Rebecca's gonna start to roll back 1 vertebra at a time until she finds that really wobbly part at the end. Chin is stayed tucked beautifully. Big breath and exhale, roll it up, stack the spine, 1 bone on top of the last. So nice, ribs stay down. Deep breath and exhale, curl it down. Find that really shaky spot. You have a lot of range. Exhale, roll it up. If you don't have as much range as Rebecca, don't worry about it. This is very impressive. Big breath in. Only find that spot where you start to feel the challenge and you can come back from it. Do it, you are strong. All right, make sure you have that tension in your strap, just like Rebecca has. Good, we're just gonna take 2 more. And this is 2 mercifully. Last one, if you feel yourself shaking, that is really good news. Excellent. Fold over your legs, rest your feet down, just take a little stretch. I'm impressed. And next we're gonna go for a hinge. So we're gonna find a really tall posture, send your tailbone back behind you, ribs are down. You're gonna take your arms in front of you, maybe place the opposite one on top. And instead of that articulated roll down, we're gonna keep the straight spine, hinge at the hips, just sending the spine back, chin tucks, and press straight up. Good. So the important thing is as you start to hinge back, the chin is gonna lower in toward your chest. Exhale, it's gonna come back to a neutral position. Good. A little less curve through the spine. Try to keep the ribs down and just hinge straight back. Exhale, go straight back up. Good. 2 more. You've got a little bit of a tuck going on.
Okay.
Think about this staying like 1 unit, lift up and back. You might not get as much range, that's fine. Good, exhale, press up. Let's do one more, we'll do a bonus. Good, hinge over the legs, take a break. You have some obliques in you? All right, let's do it. So we're gonna go for twists on a diagonal. So next, we're gonna flex the feet, find tension in that strap. If you need to move further back, you can. Hands will be behind the head, making sure the ribs stay down. Rebecca's gonna lift up an inch, twist over to the right, and hinge on a backward diagonal, keeping both hips down. Good, bring it back in a diagonal, twist to center, lift 1 inch, twist to the opposite direction, hinge back. So you're going a little bit straight back, Rebecca. I'd actually like you going a little bit diagonally. But the important thing is making sure that both hips are staying anchored down on the box. Good. And it doesn't have to be really a wide range of motion. It can be just a couple inches. As long as you have that really clear rotation and you're reaching for the back, both hips stay anchored, that's fine. Ribs down, you got it. I know it's such a hard habit to break. Still, like dozens of times a day I'm telling myself ribs down. Good, let's just do after this side, 1 more each direction. Good. Good, and as you twist to the left, right hip stays heavy on the box. Good, hinge over your legs, take a break. All right, so let's do more obliques because why not? So if you're 5'7" or over, you're probably gonna need to put your box over your shoulder blocks. So Rebecca's gonna get up. If you're 5'7" or under, you probably don't need to do this, but we're gonna just place it over the blocks and come to sitting back. Your left foot is gonna go under the strap. Your right leg is gonna be bent in front of you and you're gonna turn to your right side. So your leg is gonna stay in parallel, so the knee is facing forward. Yeah, and you're gonna make sure you have that tension in the strap. So if you need to scoot further to your right on the box, please do so. And you're gonna place your hands behind your head, rib cage is down. Rebecca's gonna take a big breath in, exhale, reach up and over the box, keeping that hip nice and low. Exhale, keeping tension in the strap, bring it right back up, good. Each time you go over, lifting 1 inch to go up and over, drawing a rainbow or an arc with your elbows. Very nice. Good. Belly button is squeezed in and up each time. Ribs are staying down. Good. If you're shaking, that's good. That's the shake of truth. Yeah, good. 2 more. Please. No, be too bossy.
Not a good boss.
Good. And let's go to the other side. We just need to do about 6. So place your right leg under the strap, turn to the opposite side. Your left leg will be bent in front of you. Hands behind your head. Good, knee is facing forward, tension in the strap, big breath in, elbows wide, exhale, ribs down, reach up and over. Exhale, use the obliques on your right side to come on up. Find the lift, up 1 inch, up and over. Good. Think about your left elbow as a crayon drawing a rainbow. Good, 2 more. Just realized I was like sympathetically breathing for a second. All right, bring this out. Let's switch the box to long box. So that's going to be involve Rebecca standing up. You will do the same. We're going to flip the box to be parallel with your mat. So for those of you who have this magical foam box, it's going to go over the shoulder blocks. For those of you with the traditional box, it's going to go right up against the shoulder blocks. I switched Rebecca to a red spring. It's a heavy spring. Try that, see how you feel. You can go lighter or heavier depending on what you like. Have a seat on top of the box. Your feet will rest on top of the headrest. And please grab the straps into your hands and your palms are gonna flip to face behind you. So you're gonna squeeze the thighs together. You're gonna keep the ribs down in that nice upward posture. You're just gonna press the straps back behind your hips. Skim the box as you come back, just resting to the side of your hips. Exhale, pressing behind. Inhale, bring it back. Good. Firing up the triceps. Nice. Let's go for 4 more. Last 3. You can find a little bit more width. You don't have to literally skim the box. I'm sorry, I was missing. Last 2. And 1. Press the hands back, hold them, grow an inch. You're gonna look to your right, over your right shoulder. Inhale, come back to center, grow an inch, look over to your left, and back to center. Good, release the hands. All right, we're gonna do a little work for back. So Rebecca is gonna release the right strap. You can do the same. Thread your hand through the loop on the left strap and grab onto the rope above the hardware. Your left hand is gonna sit on top of your hip. And square out the hips, square out the shoulders. Ribs are gonna stay down, of course. And we're gonna take a big breath in, exhale with the elbows staying low, twist, and look over your right shoulder. Elbows gonna just skim the side of the body. Good. Good. It doesn't have to be a major twist. You're just trying to get some rotation through the trunk. You're gonna skim the rib cage with that elbow. You should feel some work happening through your upper back. And that right shoulder blade is gonna squeeze in and down as you look over the shoulder. How's the resistance on this one? Doing okay?
Okay, yeah.
Good. Just take care not to bend the elbow as you're, bend the wrist as you're going back. You're definitely gonna bend your elbow. But that wrist is gonna stay really straight. That's gonna help protect all those muscles in your wrist. I think this is 8. Next time, we're going to keep the elbow wide and draw an upward diagonal as you look over the shoulder. Good. Once again, that shoulder blade is squeezing in and down. Tuck it into your back pocket on the left side. Good. Definitely gonna feel some shoulder happening here. Good. Let's take 3 more. You also want to feel like you're leading with the twist in the trunk too. Last one. Good. Release that strap down to your left side. Pick up the right strap. You got it. Right to your left hand through, grab onto the rope. Square off your shoulders. Elbow's going to be right to the side. Down, deep breath in, elbow low. Skim the side of your body. Twist. And drop back. Make sure your wrist isn't doing any funky, bendy things. Good. And back. Good. And again, if you are going through this series and you feel like dog resistance is too much or too little, you can take a pause and adjust it at any time. 3 more. Last 2. And 1. Nice. Now the elbow's going to go up and wide. Look over your shoulder, upward diagonal. Nice. And make sure as you come back, you're controlling as much as you were when you were pulling all of that resistance, all that spring load. And if you feel this really gripping in your traps, you can keep the elbow a little bit lower. That's fine too. 3 more. Last 2. And 1. Very nice. Keep hold of that rope. You're gonna flip the strap to the right hand and grab onto the left strap in your left hand. Thread your hands through the loops, grab onto the ropes above the hardware. We're gonna go for a roll down the arms and straps. All right, now please just scoot your bottom a little bit forward so you're on the very front edge of your box. And we're gonna take a big breath in, sit up nice and tall, bring your chest forward just a little bit. Exhale, start rolling down 1 vertebra at a time using the resistance of the ropes. You're gonna do it until you're almost lying down, chin is tucked. Big breath in, exhale without resting down, roll right up. Start to curl up 1 vertebra at a time. The springs are gonna wanna shoot you back. You wanna control it on the way down and on the way up. Now start rolling up. Good, stack the spine nice and tall, ribs stay down at the top. There you go, big breath in. Good, roll up. On the next one, you're gonna pause at the bottom and your curl. We're gonna start marching with the legs. Hold that curl, right leg goes up to tabletop and down. Left leg to tabletop and down. Abs are staying in as you start lifting those legs. Good, a lot of core. It's doing a nice job of keeping the shoulders down, and that little tuck in the chin is protecting her neck. 2 more each side. And last set. Beautiful work. Place the feet down, keep it the tuck of the chin, curl it up 1 vertebra at a time. Sit up nice and tall, keep the ribs nice and closed, and we're gonna move on. Rebecca's now gonna step off of the box and come to lying prone with her head facing the posts in the back. So for this one, some people might wanna take the foot bar to a downward position or take it off. I'm gonna leave it here for now. What you really wanna do is make sure your chest is just coming off of the front of the box. So Rebecca, you might just scoot forward just a little bit. And what you're gonna do is take your straps and hands once again, thread your hands through the loops and grab onto the ropes above the hardware. Rebecca's gonna zip the legs together, keeping them covered just a little bit. Head and torso are gonna be down, and you're gonna have your arms out to the side of the reformer. Take a big breath in, still on one runner, one heavy spring. Out to a T, she's gonna squeeze the arms into the side of the body and back. Good. So Rebecca's doing a nice job of keeping the neck nice and long. Glutes are engaged. Good. Legs are helping. And core is nice and stable, so it's almost like she's trying to scoop the belly off of the box even while she's face down. Good. It's very like iron cross gymnastics. Yeah. Good. Let's go for 3 more. Last 2. And 1. Rest as you come in, lower the arms, lower the legs, lower the torso, just roll over the box. Next we're gonna go for pulling straps. So normally this would be done on a reformer that has a little height off the ground. We're gonna modify since we don't have that luxury with the reformer on the floor. If you're on an elevated reformer, you can bring your hands all the way forward. Rebecca's just gonna place her hands as far forward as she can to the side of the machine. You can also grip your hands up a little on the ropes if you like. We're gonna find that squeeze in between the thighs. Head and chest are gonna start as down as they comfortably will. She's gonna take a big breath and exhale, press the arms straight back as you lift the head, neck, and chest. Lift, lift, lift. Good, lower down, arms come down, head, neck, and chest come down, and relax over the box. Big breath in, good, exhale, squeeze, lift, press the arms back. Good, shoulders are relaxed, lower down. Lots of squeeze in that back as you raise up. Big breath in, exhale, shoulder blades in and down. Good, don't worry about this plank, it's totally fine. Pilates is noisy. And let's do 2 more. Good. Control on the way up, last one. Collarbone wide and control on the way down. Rest for a second, very nice. All right, 1 set of triceps before we go. Keep your hands in those loops. Torso still over the box to start. This time when you press back to prep, you're gonna keep the spine in a neutral alignment, so not bringing it up to that extension, but you're gonna press the arms back toward your hips, keeping the torso down just a little bit. We're gonna bend and extend the elbows, keeping them tight and toward the body. Good. Back of the neck is nice and long, that looks really nice. And Rebecca's doing an excellent job of keeping this activation through the legs, nothing the lower body is slacking when it's only gonna help with what's happening up here. Good, let's go for 5. 4. Last 3. 2. And 1, relax it down, nice work, nice strong back. Release those straps, and we're gonna step off of the box to one side and turn around. All right, so Rebecca's gonna come to lying prone or face down on the box, but now facing the foot bar. So the same rules apply. Your chest is gonna be off the front of the box. Your hands are gonna be on the foot bar, shoulder width apart, and you're gonna make sure your elbows are right in line with your shoulders, so not out to the side, right underneath. Nice long neck, this looks really good. Legs are squeezed together and activated. Rebecca's gonna take a big breath and exhale, press away. We're still on that 1 heavy spring, or if you changed it to light, that's fine too. And just, you might wanna rotate your hands so that your wrists are up here. Is that gonna be okay for you?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Big breath in, exhale, press away. Good, elbows stay in. Nice, we're gonna go through 6. 5. 4. 3. Last 2. And one. Now you're gonna let your elbows go wide. If you wanna bring your fingertips to face each other, that's fine. If you prefer them pointing forward, do to you. You're gonna just draw the carriage in, exhale, press away. Good, resist the springs as you come in. Good. If you start to feel like you're getting some tension in your neck and upper tracts, just try to feel those melting away. Good, 3 more. Last 2. And 1. Good, bring it back home. You're gonna bring your hands back to shoulder distance apart and parallel. Take one arm, wrap it behind your back. We're gonna go for single arm variation. So this one might be pretty tough on that heavy spring load. We're just gonna do 4, I'm not that evil. We're gonna press away, inhale, bring it right back in. Each time you extend, it doesn't need to be super straight, it just needs to be straight without locking the joint. And you really wanna make sure that elbow doesn't start winging out, you wanna keep it down the whole time. Good, last one. Let's go right for the other side. Yep, those are intense, we don't need to do a lot, that one's all for strength. Opposite arm, wrap the other arm behind the back. Press away. Nice. If you start feeling that elbows getting away from you, don't be afraid to take the resistance down. That's completely fine. Last one. Bring it right back in. All right, and that's it. So Rebecca's gonna step off the box to the side, carefully, slowly. And we're gonna get rid of this for now. I'll move it out of the way. We're just gonna go for a little bit of release. Rebecca's gonna come to a scooter stretch, so her right foot is gonna step onto the floor. Her left foot is going to curl under and come up to the headrest. So the knee is gonna be down on the mat. Find a really deep scoop in the pelvis before you move on. So you're almost gonna tuck the pelvis under, hands are on the foot bar, and you're just gonna send that carriage back a little bit. Flexion in the spine here is not a bad idea. Hopefully you're feeling a lot of stretch through that left hip flexor. And if you want, you can kind of like take a moment to not intensely tuck that pelvis under. You're gonna feel the stretch might go into your low back more. Just for reference, that's not what we're going for so much. It feels really dramatic to push the carriage back that much, but really we're trying to get that hip flexor stretch here. So if you wanna use that for contrast, feel free. Good, let's take one more. And let's go for the other side. I'll get out of the way. So left foot on the front of the, or back side of the carriage, right foot against the foot bar, or the shoulder block, excuse me. Pelvis tucked under, send that carriage back just a little bit. It's gonna be a small movement. Does this side feel more tight or less tight to you, or pretty even?
Less, I think.
Yeah. Is this your better side usually?
Yeah.
This is usually my worst side. Everybody's different.
Really?
Yeah. Let's take one more. Good. You're just kind of sitting on your carriage facing forward. You're just gonna take a little arch and curl. So with your hands resting wherever they comfortably will. Ribs are down, big breath in, exhale, look for your belly button. Take a little full X in the spine. You can rock the spine back a little bit. Deep breath in, exhale. Arch it up to the ceiling, send your sternum up. Tailbone back behind you, one more time, big breath in. Curl it forward. Exhale, arch it up. Good, come back to a neutral alignment. Ribs down, sit up nice and tall, big breath in, draw your shoulders up. And relax them down, exhale. You're all done, nice job. Thank you so much, Rebecca.
Thank you.
And thank you guys so much. Please like and subscribe. Comment too, I like hearing what you want to do. If you want to see more reformer videos, especially IQ reformer stuff, let me know. Let me know what you want to work on, and we'll get it done. All right, thanks so much.